Rest of the shit into the universe. That's good. That's so true, though.
Okay.
Gastric
it's all
bypasses.
connected.
I know this is bad news, really bad news, and we had that in the class talking about that. The thing with the gastric bypasses is it's a total bypass of the small bowel, meaning that 2/3 of the stomach is generally either stapled or banded or eliminated, and then a bypass all the way down to the jejunum, all the way down close to the ileocecal valve, where the small bowel then enters the colon. Most of the absorption of your nutrients takes place in the first part of the small bowel. The small intestines is where most of your absorption of nutrients are. As you get down toward the end, you're absorbing trace elements, and then in the first part of the colon, micro trace elements. But when you eliminate bypass, the major part of digestion and absorption of nutrients, you're in deep doo-doo. So basically, and remember, they go through a lot to try to tell you not to go through this. I think they should just not do it. But you've got some 1,200 pounders, you've got some 1,000 pounders, and I can only say if you go through it, you have to be able to reverse it. Because there's a point where it will then become very life-threatening, as you've seen. And when you bypass the bulk of your absorption of nutrition, that's insanity. There's an easier way to lose the weight and still eat. Now, I've always said, for people that want to diet, why do you get into these crazy diet things? You just go on the foods you're designed to eat and your weight comes right off. Eat fruits, berries, and melons and vegetables. Go on a raw food diet of all salads and fruits and berries, and your body will be beautiful like your guys's. But it takes a while to reform and clean and rebuild, but I'm telling you, you can get as healthy and as beautiful as you want to get. But never forget that you're only a traveler here. You're a spiritual being having a physical experience. Don't be a physical being having a spiritual experience, because you won't go anywhere. You have to change your viewpoint and work from God to this place. You don't want to be the little separate person looking up to God, this infinite being going, I wish I knew who you were, when you're a part of it already. That's the lie, and that's how God hides itself from itself. So the drama is better. But when you wake up, you start to realize that we all are just coming out of the Godhead ourselves, just pieces of the Godhead, so it can experience itself, and you start to realize who we all really are. And then you become another Jalal and Rumi, who saw, God in every atom there was. And that's neuronic. That's why the whirling dervishes, that's why the ecstasy of it all. But never do gastric bypasses. I mean, I've only had, I think I told you guys, 800-pound man is the heaviest man I've ever had. But he wanted to do raw foods, and so we got 300-400 pounds off of him just on the raw foods. He wanted to do the gastric bypass, brought all the stuff in for me to read, and I'm explaining to him, I said, you're crazy. Now, what is one of the problems you see with very, very obese people? Adrenals and thyroids, parathyroids. So you see bipolar, you see schizophrenics, you see those that are fearful because their adrenals are so crashed that anything puts on weight, sugars, starches, and that's adrenals. So two things that I always see is depression, anxieties, all the things that deal with the glands. So what do? We're going to go in and fix the glands. We're going to get into the bowels. I don't care if you're a 1,000-pound man. We're going to work on you and bring that weight down properly, and you're going to be healthy doing it. And you're going to firm and tighten as you do it. Like this Big Loser on TV and everything, that's gross. That's not how you lose weight, and I'm amazed they don't hurt more people. You don't exercise your weight off and fix the problem of obesity. That's insanity, and that's not intelligent. It makes for a good show, but it is not smart, and it doesn't change the awareness of the person, and so they're going to go back. You're not getting into their consciousness and making a change, and they can only, the individual can only make those changes themselves.